Hello folks, and welcome to the second part of our little year-end review series. In this video, we are going to be counting down our top Lego sets that we've built this year that didn't release this year. We're specifically doing this because, as you'll know if you've been following the channel since the beginning, we returned to Lego this year after our dark ages. So I was massively into Lego as a kid, but then we had kids of our own. We had to have adult jobs and buy our own things, and basically went a good 20, 25 years of not really buying any Lego, not really having any Lego. But then over the last few years, our kids have all moved out of home. So we found ourselves with a couple of empty bedrooms and some spare cash because we weren't spending it all on kids anymore. So we decided to waste it all on Lego. But we built a new channel off the back of it, so it all worked out fine in the end. So we had a lot of catching up to do. We got a lot of Lego this year, and I would say the majority of the sets that we built this year have been sets that were actually released previously. So we have quite a bit of back catalogue to work through and narrow it down to our top 3 picks each. If you want to know specifically what our favourite sets that have released in 2024 are, we made that video last week, so you can go back and watch that one. But as in the previous video, we'll start things off with Anna. We've each listed our top 3. Anna, what is your third favourite set you've built this year that didn't release this year?
I don't know when this releases.
Do we need to check?
Well, it was still in shops. This wasn't anyway.
I don't think this came out this year because I think it's retiring.
But
Himeji Castle.
Yeah, I'm now. This bit's missing from the movie.
Is it Himeji?
Something like that.
It's a Lego architecture set, and it is very fancy and detailed.
Yeah, I just like it. I just like the art style of it. I like you have these pieces that are new. I think they're new to this kind of.
I've not seen them on any other set.
No, so yeah, I just like.
Obviously, you've built a lot of architecture sets this year. You've done this one. You did Notre Dame. You did the Pyramid. You've done various others that I can't even remember off the top of my head. Is this the best one? Because obviously it's not up in the same category as Notre Dame. How does it compare to something like that?
Notre Dame was very samey. I tire of doing the same thing over again with, whereas this wasn't. This was... Do you know what I mean? Like, there was so many...
You do like the Japanese
I do.
architectural style as well, don't you? So it is, I mean, it is very snazzy. It looks very cool. Lives on a shelf in our living room and doesn't look out of place.
It's next to a tranquil garden.
It is. It is a very snazzy set. Surprisingly, not as heavy as some either. I can hold this one-handed, even though it's not on a Mills plate, but it does have like this thick brick thing all the way around that kind of acts as one. So unlike some of the other sets I've moved around lately for showing off in videos, this one actually feels reasonably sturdy. He says, noticing a brick had just come a little bit loose, but he fixed it. Don't worry. And my number 3 has been in shot the whole time already. It's the Avengers Tower, and it's behind me. Look, there it is. It is the most expensive set either of us have ever bought. Certainly wasn't a cheap one. $429.99, but is absolutely stunning. Comes with 30 minifigs. I may have augmented it with a few Muppets here and there because you've got to have some Muppets on your Avengers Tower, but it's just absolutely brilliant. This build managed to survive us moving house, basically stood in the back of the car and only minimal falling apart, so it's quite a sturdy one as well. But what you can't really see from this angle is when you take this front bit off, which I'm not going to do because it will flatten the X-Mansion, but you'll have loads of different scenes from within the various Marvel movies within there as well, so there's lots of stuff going on the interior. So you've got play features as well, but frankly, who cares about play features when the display is as cool as it is, and of course looks absolutely brilliant with the other Marvel modulars as well. And despite what people say, these 3 are perfectly in scale with each other. The Daily Bugle, the X-Mansion and the Avengers Tower as a 3 look brilliant. The one that makes it look weird is this one on the end, the stupid Sanctum Sanctorum, which hopefully we get like a Baxter building or something this year, so I can bin off the Sanctum Sanctorum back into the city and just have these kind of below minifig scale Marvel modulars, because none of them are minifig scale. If you think about how tall the Avengers Tower is in the movies and compare it to the size of these minifigs, obviously it is way under scale like the other 2 are. But I mean, I love my little Marvel display, but this one definitely the pick of the four, and I have a light kit for it, and I'm afraid to use it. But sooner or later, I will put the light kit on it and have my little A glowing and stuff going on inside it, and it's going to be absolutely delightful. But look at it. If you're into Marvel, and you might be able to tell from looking around my office that I am into superheroes in general, but that one, it is like the best superhero set they've ever made, and it wants to be for that price, but luckily it doesn't disappoint. So Anna's number 2 has already snuck into the shop because it's so tall that there's no way for it not. But what's this called?
Tallneck.
This is a Tallneck. This
sticks.
Did this legitimately make it in as a Lego build, or is it because you're a PlayStation fangirl and it's based on a PlayStation game that you enjoyed?
Yep.
Which one?
Both. I like, look at him. He's
I mean, it is cool.
looking.
It's a mechanical giraffe. What's not to love?
He is.
It is very cool. And obviously, if you've played the Lego Horizon Adventures game that has just come out in the last couple of weeks, one of the first things you get to do in that game is climb up one of these. And the version in game obviously looks exactly like the Lego version, because why wouldn't it? Bearing in mind that game is absolutely full of Lego modulars and cool other Lego things. Of course, the only current Horizon set is going to be modelled perfectly in game. But of course, this is the first of many of a wave that's going to be coming out next year. There's a few more Horizon sets on their way, which I guess you're going to have to pair up with this one now. But what did you love so much about this one?
Just look at him. Look at him.
I mean, he is impressive to look at.
That's all.
I remember him being a nightmare to move when we moved house, though.
Oh, he fell apart.
Very flimsy.
I've lost Aloy, he's gone. The other little mini robot's gone.
Is it in the right scale for Aloy to match up with it?
Aloy was, yeah.
So she's the right scale,
yeah,
is she?
She could be anywhere. She could be up there, down there. She had a bow, but I don't know where she is at the moment.
You need to find her or get a new one.
I'm sure she'll be found.
You've got to complete the
Well,
set.
yeah, because when the new set comes out, it comes with Val, and he's in the newer game. But yeah, this came out, I think it was last year.
No, it's longer ago than that. This is retired now, this set. And I remember, I don't think it was pre-pandemic. It might have been shortly after, but I was down in London for a Comic-Con, and it was me and Pab, and we wandered around Harrods, and this had been impossible to find anywhere, and we were in the Lego section of Harrods, so this was probably like 2 or 3 years ago, and they had him in because no one ever buys Lego from Harrods, so you don't think to look there. So much very cool Lego. We're trying to convince Pab to buy this one, which you're probably going to have to now you've said you want it, because you'll just regret it if you don't buy it.
No, no, because it's not available anywhere.
That's what I mean. It's available right now in front of you. You can literally, there you go, you're holding it now. Do you see that you're holding it?
Can't put it down now.
So you can probably just buy it now. This is what I mean. This shop is full of stuff that is out of stock everywhere else because no one thinks to come here to buy Lego from a video game. So it's just here still. We've got loads of them in stock.
Right, okay, I'll buy it.
Hey. And I remember Pat bought one then because it was like, oh, this has been impossible to find. I'm having that. So yeah, it's at least 2 or 3 years ago that this came out, and it is now retired. One of these, you would have to buy it on aftermarket prices.
No, it doesn't like moving house.
No,
it fell apart. So I had to rebuild it when we got here, but I got it mostly there. I think I lost one part, and then obviously Aloy, I don't know where she is. But look at him.
It is cool.
Look at him.
In fact, I just want to put him next to the actual Lego giraffe and see how they compare. Can you reach it? It's behind you.
No, because you've got all things in front of it. I'll leave that alone.
We'll move on to my number 2. Anna's afraid to touch stuff. I've got to carry her set down the stairs again now, but she won't take mine off the shelf next to her.
No.
Goodness me. Which brings us on to my number 2. Woohoo! The Office. What a set. This was one of the first sets that I built. It's something I'd had my eye on for years, even before we were buying Lego again. This was one of those, along with the Nintendo Entertainment System, which nearly made the cut for this video, but not quite. This is one of those that I wanted, even though we weren't actively collecting Lego at the time, because I love The Office. It's one of my favourite TV shows ever. It's on my regular loop rotation. And as you can see, I love it so much, I decided to get a Wicked Brick display case for it as well, because I wanted to be able to keep it set up properly as a diorama. So you can see over on this side, we've got Kevin spilling his chili all over the floor, and his chili is still all over the floor. You've got Michael heading out of his office. You've got everybody sat at their desks doing their thing. There's an actual conference room meeting going on, and the infamous "It is your birthday" sign is up. And the drawers all have things in. It is just absolutely chock full of Easter eggs. If you're a fan of the show, it's another set that retires this year. It's been out a few years, but it's been on sale all over the place. I actually picked it up on sale earlier in the year. I think I only paid about £75 for it from John Lewis, and you shouldn't need to pay too much more than that for it if you want to pick it up. But it is so much fun, so many minifigs. My one criticism of the minifigs is it's only the originals who made the cut. So there's no Andy, there's no none of the lot that came over from the other branch are in. There's no Erin, there's none of like the later people, but all of the original cast are in there, and it's awesome. And of course, also gets me a step closer to achieving my collection of every Kevin minifig that has ever been made, because obviously we've got Kevin off of The Office in there as well, and he's one of my favourite minifigs. Kevin holding the chili. Near the reception desk.
Got it.
What a set, though. And yeah.
I thought the reception was this side.
Well, as you come in, yeah, you've got reception, and then you've got Michael's office, conference room.
Oh, I just thought it was the other way
Jim's
around.
desk, Dwight's desk there, and then you've got what's her face, Phyllis and Stanley, and that's where Andy would be. But I think Daryl is there in this set. Because we don't have Andy in there. But yeah, it's an absolutely brilliant set. I'm actually tempted to pick up another one before the end of the year, because I've seen a load of rebrickables for actually turning it into a modular building and having like Dunder Mifflin in your Lego city. I already picked up the Friends Central Perk.
Oh,
I've got one of those. I got that on a discount somewhere a few months back. So I'm thinking I could have Central Perk on the bottom floor and then Dunder Mifflin above Central Perk and have a little bit of a mini sit complex in the city.
A mashup.
Yeah, I think that would be quite cool. But yeah, it's just a great set. Absolutely love it. Which brings us to Anna's #1 favourite set that she's built this year, which she loves so much that she's nominated it, even though it's a little bit broken and didn't really survive the move. Get it on screen. I don't dare hold this. It's Anna's little Star Wars baby. What's his name? BD1.
Oh, no.
Oh, has he just fallen apart on camera?
Yeah. Oh,
I had to carry him upstairs like a baby. He is supposed to stand upright, but he doesn't anymore. So Anna kind of has him just sat on a shelf. But I think she just likes the fact that he's cute.
Look at him. He's been through 2 games with me, and I just love him in the games. He is super cute.
He's not actually in the movies or anything, is he?
No,
he is just a character from the games.
Like this bit is supposed to come out, and that's where he keeps his like health packs, and there's a light kit that can go with him. He's got these bits.
This was the first and for a long time only Star Wars Lego set that we've got, because we're not into the Star Wars movies at all.
This is a game.
Yeah, she has now picked up C-3PO.
No.
We've got a Millennium Falcon and an R2-D2 and a few other bits and pieces knocking around the house now, but Anna's first love is her little baby, her little BD1, which, I mean, she is literally holding it like a baby.
We got him out of like a convention. I snapped the man's hand off. He went, "Oh, it's 90."
Oh, that was the one where you made the man cry almost, because she bought it off him, and then after she bought it, he was like, "It was 130 over there," and the man's face just dropped.
Well, I bought it was like 90.
But yeah, that's Anna's. So now we know what your favourite set you built this year that released this year was, because you did that last week. Is this your favourite overall set of the year, or how does it compare to your Milky Way, which was your #1 from last week?
Well, this one.
This is your favourite Lego set you've ever built.
Look at him.
Okay.
It's so cute. Like,
I cannot believe this is like the Advent calendar video all over again. #1 is a Star Wars set.
Yeah,
I don't know how we can keep letting this happen. We don't like Star Wars, but we keep saying it does the best Lego. What is going on?
It's very.
We're going to have a mechanical camel before long.
No, I just love it because like he's so expressionful. Like probably next year will be Wally, because I can make them expressionable. Expressionable? Is that a word?
Probably not, but people know what you mean. Shall I go and put him back to bed? Or carry him downstairs again like a baby?
What fell off?
And then we have my #1, which we have a spoiler because the flag is on show. This one, very much a nostalgia pick, but this is a set I wanted so badly when I was a kid and never got it. I had a few friends who had the original one and always knew I was going to get the updated version of it as soon as it became a thing. It's another one that retires this year, so you want to pick it up if you haven't already got it because it's absolutely incredible. Look at the little path there. The path is brilliant. The fact that it's actually all brick built, unlike on the original where it was a big mold on the bottom and you just kind of built on top of the mold. It's now all brick built and very, very clever. It disconnects similar to what we have seen with some sets like the Dungeons and Dragons set. You can open it up and rearrange it into different shapes as well. It doesn't just stay in this big square shape. You can rearrange it, make it a long castle, make it various different bits of shapes and stuff. But you've got all of the cannons, the really cool minifigs on the front, the bits of beach and surrounded by all of the water. Yeah, you've got the little dock area, which allows you to load stuff up onto the ship that came with it, which is a massive upgrade on the ship that was with the original one. We also have a little rowboat that has some pirates on as well, so the pirates can come in and get at it. It also has some connectability with the Pirates of Barracuda Bay set that was a Lego Ideas set, which of course I've bought and haven't yet built, and they can actually connect together and interact with each other as well. So I'm going to basically this set existing and me building this set had me completely rethink my plan for the Lego room, because the Lego room originally was going to have all of my like standalone ideas sets and stuff like the Nintendo and Bowser and stuff was all going to be on the top shelf of the Lego room. I built this and immediately knew the top shelf in the Lego room was going to be pirates and Vikings and castles. So we've got the Dungeons and Dragons set up there. I've got the Viking village up there. When I eventually get Lion Knight's castle, that'll be going up there. Pirates of Barracuda Bay will be going up there. The medieval village. It's just all going to be old style, really cool Lego. And I got it on a discount. It was on sale on Very when I picked it up. It was dirt cheap. I remember it being like laughably cheap for such a great set. I think it's pretty hard to find now because, like I say, it's retiring. So it's a pretty hard one to track down at this point. So you're probably not going to be able to get it on the kind of deal that I got it on. But even just for the boat, what a cool boat! That is a cool boat. But yeah, I have my my little blue shirted men with their lovely flag. And then my pirates, and I've got more pirates. I've got a pirate ship. I'm just going to be able to sit and play with all this. And the cannons actually fire. I don't know if I've got anything in them. No, they're not loaded at the moment. But the cannons do actually fire, which this was one of many instruction books that, of course, tells me not to aim it into my own eye.
Yeah.
And the amount of sets I build that tell me not to fire stuff into my eye, but this was very much one of them. And it's got a little parrot on the back here. It's got a little monkey on the beach on the back here.
You would have thought you had a coconut, wouldn't you, or something? The way his hand
He
is.
should have a coconut. Maybe I'll get him a coconut. But yeah, it's just a great set. Love it. And that, boys and girls, completes our list of our best sets that we've built this year that didn't release this year. Let us know down in the comments if you've built an awesome set from the past this year. What was it? What's the favourite non-new release set you've built this year? Or if you just want to tell us about your new releases. We made that video last week, but you can comment on it this week if you want. And of course, if you want to go take the conversation beyond the comments section, the link to the Discord is down in the description below, so you can come and have a chat with us in the Discord and maybe direct us towards some more stuff along the lines of these cool sets that we've found over the course of the last year. But I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please leave a nice big thumbs up on it for us. Subscribe to the channel for loads more Lego content, including a look ahead at 2025 coming soon. And thank you very much for watching.